Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. This time to cover the final chunk of episodes for Vox Machina Season 4. The penultimate season. Oh my god, these episodes. Before I get into it, yes, there will be spoilers for these episodes. So you have been warned. Although I will not spoil the campaign. Now, typically with these chunks, I like to separate them into different episodes, but these last three were like a story in their own. So I feel like I gotta cover them like kind of character by character, honestly. And of course, the biggest one is Pike, which I feel bad for poor little Pike, but also, girl, what? And just to see her crash out, I love to hate it. And it's somewhat valid, I guess, especially with this version where they killed off Wilhan and also Grog. And just to see her like go full evil mode after having this long conversation with the Whispered One, which they are definitely handling the Whispered One differently than the campaign. And it's very interesting to watch. Andy Serkis is doing a really good job at it. And then it took her having a come to Jesus moment, or it's not even a come to Everlight moment, but when Grog was like no, and she actually hit Grog, that was wow. Which I guess next character to talk about is Grog, because just simply Grog was just Grog, and like with Pike being so depressed, Grog was the voice of reason for, and that was really cool to see and interesting to see. I wonder if there's going to be any ramifications for the Whispered One bringing him back. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Then, you know what? Let's talk about Terry. Terry was really cool. Because Terry, his whole thing was like, I know you've been including me in Vox Machina, but I know the real heroes when I see them. So I'm going to distract everybody and be the distraction while you go save the day. Go save Pike and Grog. Which they did end up doing. But Pike also kind of damned Pike and Keyleth and Valix. Kind of doomed everybody. Which those two, I feel like you talk about on their own together. But I guess Vex kind of was just Vex. Percy has kind of taken a back burner, but it was really cool to see him nerd out with Terry, and then also for him to like jerry rig things to like turn the portal back on. It was really cool to see him science shit. Then we got the big ship, Vax and Keyleth. Because Vax is having his own, like, come to Jesus equivalent moment where he realizes, oh, this is something that has been tied in our fates all along. If I have to die to take out the Whispered One, I'll do it, because this guy can cause tremendous pain. And then Keyleth is like, no, I don't do it. I will stop you from doing it because I can't lose you. Kiki, love you, but girl. And just to see those two back and forth. And then Keyleth, the voice of the Tempest, where she just got anointed this season to be the leader of all of her people, is going to bow down at this self-proclaimed god to save a man. I mean, Spock would not be too proud of that moment, but I do also get it. But then Vax is gonna look at them doing all that, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna bow down. So of course he dies, which I kind of suspected that the season was gonna end with him dying, but not in this way. Because before that, I guess you could say he and Keyleth both took out the Whispered One and killed him. Although they did not know that killing him would be just killing the body to unleash the god form, and that he's been a puppet master this whole season. That was a really cool revelation, and just like, holy crap, they are in above their heads. But also, it is clear that they're getting to the point where they're like, hey, we don't need to just survive. We need to stand up, and we need to actually do things, which will be really cool to see going forward. Because I don't know how they're going to get out of this one. Well, I do kind of, because I know campaign, but I meant like, this situation is very messy. But at least all of the lackeys are dead. Which, that's cool. The whole matron has a blade, and also found out the reason why they're staying alive is not because of his all power, but it's because of a magic rock that is embedded in them that the matron's special blade can destroy. And that was a really cool action scene to see them go after all of them, because even though there was less action in this last chunk, all the action that we did get was really cool. Like Pike's crash out, where she's like got Miss Carver, the gauntlets, and she's accurately using her chest plate. That was really well done and really well made, and I did really like that. Now, I know what I said earlier, that I wasn't going to spoil the campaign, but I am now. So if you guys hadn't seen the campaign, click off now, I guess, if you don't want to be spoiled. But it is going to be interesting now that they've been humbled, and I don't know how they're going to get out of this immediate situation. But I do know that the interesting headspace that they're all in now, to have them have those conversations with the gods, is going to mean a lot more now, especially with Pike. Also, I wonder if they are going to do like in the campaign with Vax, where it's just he randomly shows up naked to the team back because the matron gave him one last thing, but like with an actual ticking clock, like a specific goal to get rid of the Whispered One, and once he's gone, she will take him as her champion for real this time. I wonder if they're going to do it like that, or if they're going to do something different because now he's taken that elixir that has cut him off. Real-time brain blast. What if her bringing him back is a way to get him back under her thumb after he cut ties with the serum? That's probably what's going to happen. I am kind of sad that it seems like we're not going to go back to the Fey realm, because that was a really cool, like, interesting ripcord moment in the campaign where they had to just go to the Feywild as like a ripcord, we need to get out of here type moment, and that's when we got Naked Vax. But they might still do that, but part of me feels like the reason why they brought up Garmelie and they had like that little note with him is because they aren't going to do the Fey run, the Fey revisit. But who knows? We've got like a year to speculate, and I can't wait for when it all comes back and all the other mini stuff that Critical Role has planned. And you guys can bet your bottom that if the boys haven't seen it yet, then you will get me on my own doing reviews like this. They might be a little late because your boy gets a little forgetful with the 9 to 5, but I'll still try to put them out. Also, I'm trying to get them to get caught up with Mighty Nine so we can cover season 2, but no promises on that. And maybe once we finally get the Bell's Hells show, or Calamity, something Calamity related, might get them involved with that. I guess if you want to see it, pester them in the comments. But without spoiling anything, guys. Because we want to entice them to join us, not put them off. Anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, peace.